It's week 9 of the NFL. And up next, we'll see the rookie Drake London. He's ready to get right back to it after the bye. It's the Falcons and the Chargers. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect for football weather. And we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Atlanta Falcons. Welcome, everybody, again alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaud and CD. We've got an interesting test here today. One of the league's best passing games and one of the best pass defenses set to square up and see who can perform better in a high-profile matchup.
And you and I talk about all the time how fortunate we are to be in this position, to be around these types of games. And as jacked up as these fans are, how about these two teams? They've been looking forward to testing themselves against what is considered the best on the other side. This is going to be a lot of fun, a very exciting battle headed our way.
First 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? The Charger offense makes its way out for the first time in this ball game, and leading the way, already a star in just his third season, it's Justin Herbert.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Eckler going to get it again on second down. And he goes diving forward to try to get an extra yard or two. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Well, the Falcons now get to stretch their wings on offense here, and at quarterback for them is a former second overall pick who spent 4 seasons as a starter in Tennessee, Marcus Mariota.
He threw for nearly 350 yards. His team won, and one word just kept coming to mind as I watched him during the game: surgical. Absolutely surgical. That's why he won NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, very precise. The throws maybe as accurate as he's been in some time.
Yeah, I think he feels pretty locked in here, and I think he feels like he can get it done again in this one too.
On second down, a run with Patterson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Mariota. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Here comes Carter. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48 and a return of 8. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, a rested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Play action. It's Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Rolling to his left. Give him another one right back to Allen. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a first and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Week 9 here in the National Football League. We'll have 9 weeks to go after this. We've got a couple of good matchups in prime time to wrap up the first half of the season. Tonight, Tennessee and KC in the AFC. And then tomorrow night, an interconference matchup. Baltimore and New Orleans from the Superdome. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Mariota. That's to the speedster, Olamide Zaccheaus. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Throwing is Mariota, eluding the pressure right. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Mariota now to throw on first down. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now. On second down, Mariota again. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now Mariota. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now Mariota. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. On third down, Mariota. And that will be incomplete as well.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection. Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Herbert off of play action. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point forthcoming. And it's good to make it 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something, being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they... Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Falcons going to get one more drive here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got his... And the ball is knocked out. And picked up by the Chargers. And some room to roam now. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Now Herbert following the turnover. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with career touchdown number 60. And the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. A pretty big opening there on first down. 8 yards up to the 33. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Final play of the half here. Mariota. He's going to float this one deep right side. Floating one incomplete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. On fourth down, Mariota is off, and on comes Atlanta's Younghoe Koo. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. Koo knocks this one through the post, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And they'll accept that penalty. The roughing the kicker called on fourth down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Mariota. Looking for London on the out route complete. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Back to the ground now. Patterson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Throwing, Mariota. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Desperation time. Mariota on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He finds his target, Allen. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Going back to Allen, he's got him again. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. And it's caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air. And that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mariota, and he'll complete this one to Patterson. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Mariota to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On the return, Carter. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. They're going to pass here with Herbert. And he's got the open man. It's Allen on the comebacker. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And they're going to speed things up here. Now Herbert off the bootleg. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. That kind of puts the bow on what has been a complete performance, Charles. They're pitching a shutout on the other side in this offense. They've done their thing well, too.
Yeah, this game has been all-out effort from them on every snap, and there's a good amount of pride on the line right now. They want to finish what they started. They want this shutout preserved.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. But in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Mariota's throw into the hands of Pitts here. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. From the 24, Mariota. And this is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw Mariota. And that is incomplete. It just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And out will come the offense as they take over. Wide receiver Keenan Allen bringing out the rest of this offense.
What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
And he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, not only is his defense pitching a shutout, now they're contributing points themselves. I mean, they have really put together what's almost been a perfect effort here in this one.
I love how you express that. They've absolutely exceeded expectations in this one, and even better than their play, it's been their effort. Even with the win in their back pocket already, every one of those guys is still out there fighting like it's a tie game.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was that they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.
So for the Chargers, they climb to 6-2 on the year as they close in on the midpoint of this 17-game schedule.
And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.